What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at the updated auction house in College Football 25 Ultimate Team, where we're at right now, and is it a good time to buy or a good time to sell with the new CFP cards. Now, as we do dive into this thing today, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. You guys are the reason I do this, so thank each and every one of you. I will say, out of this basic opportunity pack, I have yet to pull like the 94 opportunity card from. So, I mean, just kind of be careful when it does come down to that. Now, as far as the updated CFP training pack, still expensive. It is not worth your time to open that up either. But CFP cards, new drop, ton of XP into the game as well. I don't know if it came out today, came out yesterday, but for myself, I got a lot to grind as well. Bunch of new weeklies added into the game, which I do believe are new. Lots of XP to be grinding for myself. So again, for me, haven't really looked at this a ton, but yeah, a bunch of new XP added into the game. Bull Blitz is still going on, and it says objectives ends. So maybe this is your last Bull Blitz token as well to get, or it just resets at that time as well. Not exactly sure. Bull Blitz has been going on a while. I got my free Kyler Murray, moved on from that. But let's take a look. First, I want to start with the new playoffs head-to-head. I feel like this overall was kind of a letdown. The ultimate reward is an extra large locker. And if you know anything about the lockers, that's not fun, that's not exciting, that's boring, it's lame. I'm tired of the extra large lockers being hyped up to be something crazy when they're absolutely horrible. So I'm not probably even going to grind it. I don't think it's worth my time. Personally, you have 4-minute long games, or 4-minute quarter long games. So they're long games for a locker that, again, I don't think is worth it. But let's take a closer look at where the market is at today. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? And what you guys should be looking to do. Now, new CFP cards, I have a video talking about all of them specifically. But I feel like today is a great day to pick up some of these CFP cards. Now, I'll explain why a little bit further here. For example, wide receiver position. We've got so many wide receivers, CFP wide receivers, that the market can't keep up. We've got Camper, we've got Pena, we've got Carnote, Gilroy, and every time there's a CFP drop, more and more of those wide receivers specifically are being pulled. It's the same thing with the cornerback position. We haven't seen a new great cornerback in a long time. Christian Gray's okay, but because the CFP drop is in the game, these corners do go down each and every time the CFP drop does happen. So the cornerback position goes down quite a bit as well. Now, as far as some of the other guys that you could look at picking up, I think Sam Levitt today is a great card to pick up if you are looking for a quarterback. That can help you guys out a ton. I really like what Levitt does provide on the field. Davis Warren isn't necessarily horrible, but I don't love the card overall. So I would just go position by position, especially with the 94, 95s overall. See what you personally do want to pick up. Hyped up Algier for a while. I think his value, he is good for his specific value as well. Ollie Gordon's not the worst, so if you want him, you could pick up him as well. But with Jeremiah Love added into the game today, his prices, or those prices, should maybe drop as well. Now, let's head to the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of guys in this CFP drop that I really like on the defensive end of the defensive side of the ball. Really like Miles Hall. So if you can find a cheap Miles Hall, I think he's an absolute stud at the defensive tackle position. I'm personally running Elijah Hills right now for 77,000 coins. He's really, really solid. Tattoo is really solid for his price. But the thing about it is you've just got so many different options with this CFP drop at nearly every position. So I haven't even gone to some of your budget-ish guys. These are expensive cards, but all of them can compete at a really high level. Now, if you go down to the 92, 93 mark, you're going to have guys at their literal minimum price. So pick out some guys that you might want to use for your specific squad and see what their prices are like. Now, we do have the finalized stats of the new Kevin Jennings card, so I can go over and talk about if I really like him. He's at his minimum. I mean, he's 47,000 coins, which honestly for him, that's relatively cheap. He has decent throw accuracy, doesn't throw a tight spiral, and he is paranoid though. So I don't love Kevin Jennings. Do think Klubnik obviously is the better option there. But within the CFP drop, guys, there's going to be a lot of these different CFP players that are going to, be at their minimum. So, for example, I think there's a really good CFP tight end here, Kendall Carr. If you could find a way to get him for like 30,000 coins today, would be an absolutely really, really good pickup for you guys. But just go position by position, even for those 92, 93s. See if any of those guys, meet what you are wanting right now. Now, as far as the overall market, it's not super high right now. It's not, it got super high, yesterday and the day before. Right now, it's not super high. Why? We did see an overall bump, so now the LTDs are 96 overalls, which in turn is just going to cause the prices of the overall market to go down. TJ Moore, 600,000 coins. Little, he'll probably go down throughout today. But even a guy like Catalan, I think Catalan's a stud for 300,000 coins. And so, if you want even a Brady Cook card, I don't know exactly what his price is like today. I think he's actually a 95 overall, but he could be another solid guy to just look at picking up. So with the overall bump, with obviously CFP, these cards and their prices will go down slightly. Some main guys I like, Sam Levitt today, cornerback, whether you want Wiggins, whether you do want, Abney, Oliver, there are really, really, really solid corners for their specific prices today. Wide receiver position, another position, we've got a ton of CFP cards. All of their prices should go down as well. So again, I do think today is a really solid opportunity to pick up some really good cards in this game. And I'm going to be specifically looking at a couple of guys like Pena is a guy that if I see another Pena below 200,000 coins, I'll probably pick him up. I think his speed is really good. I like him as an overall card, and maybe 198 is too much. But if I see a Pena I like, I'm gonna snag him. I do think his price could possibly go up here in the next couple of days. And so those are just kind of the things that I'm looking at right now. And it's, there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm trying to slowly build my squad up. And if I can find a way to do that, that is ultimately my goal. So Pena, really like him and what he provides for me on the field. But there's a lot of different CFP cards, especially at the wide receiver position, that are really solid. So like Evan Stewart for 112 is really solid and honestly pretty cheap on this game. Same thing with DK Metcalf. His price should go down as well. So I would, the way I do things is I primarily focus on, getting cards for a good value instead of getting specific cards. So like even at the cornerback position, I'd much rather get, and I'll just show you guys exactly what I'm thinking. So like at the cornerback position, if I'm looking to upgrade, I'd rather, if I'm looking between Nate Wiggins and a guy, let's say like Christian Gray, well, instead of just getting, who I maybe like slightly more, I'm going to get the better value card. So who is a good value for this specific time in which they are put up on the auction house. That's just kind of the way I do things. It's the way I like to, keep my coins going for a long time. However, there are a lot of these guys for solid values. Like Isaiah Oliver for 100,000 is good. Abney for 100,000 is solid. It's really hard to kind of mess it up today because the prices should definitely be in your favor. So for me, my main pickup today, I'm going to try to get Trevor Pena for not a crazy price. If I can't, then again, we might have to pivot, get a guy like DK Metcalf, get somebody else to help me out at that position. But lots of different options for you guys to pick up. Again, playoffs to me was a pretty big letdown. It's not something I definitely am going to love to grind. For me, though, I'm going to start to build my squad for the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is something I want to win this week. I have not won yet in the Gauntlet this season, and it's something that's bugging me. So I've got to make that happen. I might have to go back to running my old formation. I've got kind of out of it. Now I might have to get back into it so I can actually find a way to actually win the 9 games needed in Gauntlet. So that's where I'm at. That's what's to know. As far as, the new TJ Moore, he is an absolute beast. He is an absolute stud. It's just his price. It scares me a little bit. I think it's just a little bit too high right now in this game. Now, as far as, again, the wide receiver position, I'm pretty open. I'm open to Pena. I'm open to Metcalf. I'm open to basically anybody. You can search by, conferences to try to limit it down a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to upgrade my team in a big-time way and find some good values today. So that's where I'm at. That's what's to note. Let me know your thoughts on where the auction is out right now. I do think it is a buyer's opportunity for the CFP cards specifically. Now, that's just my opinion. I think they're by far the best value cards right now in the game. If you're holding on to Legends, be pretty careful. Legends coming out Sunday, so could see their prices drop, especially with the overall bump being in the game. That's going to wrap it up. Trevor Pena, the main guy I'm trying to pick up today. Let me know your thoughts on the market. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.